Keep it high, keep it tight. I'm Jay Morris, review guy, back to bring you another 5-minute review. So sadly, we are at the end of our full-on week review extravaganza in which I'm doing a 5-minute review every single day. This was a 1,000 subscriber celebration. You guys got me to my goal, and I appreciate it more than you know. So a video that is going to be going up soon is, in fact, it's already going to be up. It's going to be going up before this. It's going to be the Q&A video. So go there, put your questions there, ask me whatever you want. I'll answer it. And yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys want to know about me. It can be anything. It can be opinions. It can literally be anything you want to do. So there are so many albums that I need to review. And I was asking myself, okay, what am I going to review to cap off this huge week of reviews? I've reviewed some amazing albums. I've reviewed John Bellion's The Human Condition yesterday. I reviewed Adversary Omnipotent by In Full Darkness. I mean, I have reviewed a lot of really great albums this week. Now, what can I end this with? And I immediately thought Andromeda by Erra. Why not cap off this amazing week with my favorite band? So yes, we're going to be doing a review of Erra's Andromeda. So, they, if I remember correctly, were not signed to a label when they made this album. They got signed to Tragic Hero Records after the fact for their albums Impulse and for their albums Augment, and then they got signed to Sumerian Records for albums such as Moments of Clarity and Drift, and their upcoming album, I would assume. So, this is a more raw era. This is an era of Erra. That was a really bad joke. That was completely unfiltered. They could do whatever they wanted. They were not under any constraint. They weren't under any type of pressure to do a certain thing, make stuff a certain way. It was all about just doing their own thing, and they accomplished that in a exceptional way for a band that was not signed to a major label or pretty much any label at that point. Now, Jesse Cash, it's a known fact on this channel that I have praised Erra up and down because Jesse Cash is one of the best clean vocalists, if not the best clean vocalist in the metal business, in the progressive business, period. People are going to argue up and down that it's Invent Animate, that it's Periphery, that it's Dance Gavin Dance, whatever band you want to use, but Veil of Maya, personally, Erra is my favorite band, and Erra is my favorite vocalist when it comes to Jesse Cash and Garrison Lee, Ian Fairbanks, or Eubanks, and JT Cavey. So I think that this album was a starting point for the band that really catapulted them into what they would become today. And yes, the production quality is not as clean as future albums, such as Impulse, Augment, Moments of Clarity, Drift, their new album, whatever it'll be, but it's still Erra. You can listen to that and it's Erra. You know it's Erra. It sounds like Erra. Everything about it is Erra, from the lyricism to the clean vocals to the harsh vocals. It all comes down to the fact that it is Erra. It is the band that you come to love, and they accomplish what they want to do well for having a production style that's not necessarily as clean as someone that is on Sumerian Records or on Tragic Hero Records or Metal Blade Records or Artisan Era, whatever album, Profound Lore, whatever album record label you want to kind of put them under. It's not as clean, the production quality is not as clean, but these are some amazing songs. It's only a 25-minute album, it's an EP release, and I have to say that of rare reform, if I ever do a list of my favorite Erra albums and my favorite Erra songs off albums, I'm definitely going to put Of Rare Reform on there because it's funny, for this being, you know, that one album that no one seems to know from the band, Of Rare Reform is one of my favorite songs from the band, period. Just Jesse's vocals on that album, on this song, and just his vocals on every album, but for being younger, for being kind of starting their career, they had a promising career, and Tragic Hero Records made a great decision by picking them up. I'm going to give this album a 9 out of 10. It's not perfect just because of production quality. If they would have made this EP on Tragic Hero Records, or more specifically, if they would have released this year on Sumerian Records, recorded the same exact stuff, but recorded on Sumerian Records, I think it'd be a perfect 10 out of 10 because it stands up to task with the EP Moments of Clarity. It's there, it's in your face, it's really beautiful at times. They go from these melodic passages to these rough parts, and from start to finish, it's a great album, and I definitely highly suggest it. If you know Erra, you may not even know this album exists. I didn't for a while, I'm going to be honest. Self-admittedly, I didn't know that this album even existed for the longest time. But anyways, guys, this has been JMorph's Review Guy. I will see you guys next time for the Q&A video, and there are a lot more reviews on the way. This summer's going to be an awesome year for releases. I might make a video on that. Talk to you guys next time. This has been JMorph's Review Guy. I'm signing off saying farewell.
Oh no, what your mama gonna say when I tell her that I broke no heart? It's just things not the way that they used to be. Oh no, now you crying on the bathroom floor and I guess it's the end. Well, I lost my mind and I lost my